Okay, so somebody on Brody's Discord posted up, Kai's video, kind of talking about, like, only needing one monitor. So, like, you know, single head is all you need. He kind of briefly, like, gives, like, one reason why you might have two. But, he doesn't really go into it. He talks about how, like, his Arch setup is mostly for his productivity programming stuff. And, I mean, yeah, you can have, like, he goes into it like, okay, you only need the one, and he basically has his mirrored from his laptop up to there. But the thing is, there are other applications more than just that somewhat. So for someone that's streaming, he doesn't really address this part. So, like, if you're game streaming, and your game takes up the whole 1080p display there, then where are you going to put chat so you can respond to chat? Because most people, a lot of streamers, like to interact with chat. So if I pull up OBS here real quick, you'll see that basically I've got the chat in here onto this side, really close to this monitor, and then everything else. So basically, if I've got the whole game right here on this monitor and takes up the whole screen, then I don't have anywhere to stick this nice chat window here, except for on a second monitor. And it's not very, like, kosher to move, like, the game away from display sometimes, because some games don't exactly like it when you, like, take them away from the main display and, like, so they're not showing. And OBS doesn't do stuff very well when the game or whatever you happen to be having in the rendering window disappears, because then it pauses the rendering and takes the last frame that it could render. If I were just doing emulator stuff and emulating, then maybe this one would be fine. I could have OBS somewhere, I could have the chat somewhere, and I could stick my game over in the corner somewhere and play that way. But when I'm also playing other games that take up the whole monitor, I've got to find somewhere to stick the chat window here. And then, in addition to that, if I want to keep track of what OBS is doing, I've got to have space for that too. Because in the bottom corner there, it tells you, like, your status of everything. And then it tells you whether you've got your sound working up here and things like that. So if I'm not able to control what's going on in OBS over here and double check everything that it's working right, then having only one screen doesn't make much sense. I mean, so that would be my case where it's like when you say all you need is that, for depending on what you're doing, yes, that's all you need is one monitor. But if you're doing something a bit more complex, yes, you're going to need a little bit more. And I mean, I can see the argument, because when I first moved to Linux, like, having multiple desktops or whatever like that was really, really nice, because Windows at the time didn't have that. Windows has that now, but yeah, even then with multiple desktops, like I mentioned, some games will outright crash on you if they're not focused. So if you're playing like a Proton game like Skyrim, it'll, like, crash on you and die just because you, like, left the game in the background. So causing trouble, that's my whole deal. I am here to cause trouble. So I am arguing against that, and yeah, have fun with that. And yeah, check out links and cool stuff down in the, you know, I always put that stuff there, you know.